What's good, family? So, what I want to talk about is envy, jealousy, and Reiki, right? And before I get into, the Reiki aspect of it, is an experience that I had with envy and jealousy, internally, right? And, for a lot of us men, and for myself, I'm going to speak for myself, is that growing up, we was, to this idea of like, oh, men don't experience jealousy. And, through my observation of watching other men, paying attention to myself, is that I believe, a lot more people go through jealousy and envy more than we would like to admit, right? And I'm going to speak on an example for myself, right? When I started playing basketball at the age of 15, I finally got on the basketball team, right? And in this setting, I didn't understand how competitive I was. I didn't understand that, how great I wanted to be. And I expected myself to be, I just started playing basketball. I expected myself to be the greatest to ever play the game the minute I stepped on the basketball court, right? Unrealistic. But anyway, I had a teammate of mine who'd been playing ball for a good minute. He was the goods, offensively, left hand, right hand, could shoot the three, could shoot the mid-range, had the crazy layup package. And what I saw was that he got a lot of respect from a lot of people. And, he was the goods, and game-wise, I just couldn't compare to him. Like, I'm going to just be honest. Like, at that time, I just, toe to toe, he was a better player than me. But at the time, I didn't understand how to deal with this. I didn't understand, what it meant to be competitive in that sense. I didn't understand, how to deal with envy and jealousy. So it caused, at the time, like chaos, on a team. And so much to the point, some of my teammates, they wanted me off the team due to, my behaviors at the time. But eventually I learned how to like shift the behavior and push it toward, working harder and being a better teammate. But it took a little while, it took a little growth. And to me, to be able to identify, like, hold on, yeah, I'm dealing with envy and jealousy, right? And what I want us to identify first is that if we want to shift, right? If we want to really shift, if we want Reiki to do, to have its to tap into its most powerful form to really help us shift something, is that we first must identify that we may be experiencing it, right? And there's not necessarily something wrong with being envious or jealous of somebody. What's wrong with it is to deny it. And then to deny that you truly want or desire what you see somebody else have, right? I saw that he was extremely talented and gifted in basketball, right? And I was envious and jealous of it. And so I didn't know, because I was in denial of, okay, like, yo, well, if you want to be as talented as him, well, yo, speak with him. Ask him how he got to being that good. Some of it may be natural talents, but the other part of it had to be, he had to work on his game. Point blank, there's no great basketball player. No great basketball player, and he was really good, but there's no great basketball player that just came out the womb and was just great. They had to work on their game. They had to work on their skill set, and I could have learned something from him. I could have took that envy, that jealousy, and took that energy and transformed it into helping me to elevate my game, so that now I could receive the praise and stuff like that I desired. But the first thing I had to get to, and the first thing, I would suggest to anybody, is get to understanding that that's what you're experiencing. Envy and jealousy, right? And that it's a natural emotion, whatever it is you want to call it. it's natural for us humans to experience it. You know, even if we believe we may be, you know, at a higher status, you can see where people are at higher statuses in their life, right? They make more money than somebody. They have all the cars, the clothes, yada yada. But they may see somebody that's doing, you know, what they believe is worse than them, and that person may know how to communicate with people better. They know how to draw, you know, people to them better, and they may be, you know, jealous of that person. You know, it's a normal human, you know, emotion that anybody and everybody can go through, right? And so that we first must identify that, right? And then, you know, once you identify it, I would suggest set the intention. You know, when you go to, you know, you go get a Reiki session, whether you tap in with me or you tap in with another Reiki practitioner, is set the intention that you want to work on this jealousy and transform it so that you can elevate, so that you can see clearly and how you can achieve and get to whatever it is that you want, right? Now, another thing is like, okay, be realistic, right? If you know, 35 and you just picked up a basketball, right? You know, I don't see, it's impossible for you to now become the next MJ or LeBron in basketball. But then what you could do is take that envy and jealousy and be like, well, how can I take this energy and pour it into an avenue that I'm naturally gifted, I'm naturally talented in, right? So I could be the next MJ or LeBron or Kobe in the avenue where I am naturally gifted in, where I can receive the attention, where I can receive the recognition that I desire. And I could be one of the greats in the avenue that I'm going to, that I'm naturally gifted and talented at, right? And so, you know, that's another way Reiki can really help. You know, because sometimes we can be lost. And because our mind is clouded, you know, and things like that, we never really had somebody break down to us, you know, where we should go, where we're most naturally talented and gifted at. You know, getting Reiki can help you settle down. And then after you receive your Reiki sessions, is really meditate on the experiences, meditate on the messages that you received, as well as, you know, if you're a practitioner, receive messages, you know, listen to them, write them down, you know, and write down what you received, and meditate so that you can start going into the avenues that you need to go to, so you could be the next MJ, I was going to say Michael Jordan, MJ. Come on, dogs. Right? MJ, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Derek Jeter, you know, all of these greats. I'm saying sports because I'm into sports. That's my thing. You get what I'm saying? But the first thing we all need to do is identify that, listen, we're human beings and we experience envy and jealousy. And so first, be aware that you're worthy of the things that you desire. If you desire a big house, you're worthy of that. If you desire, you know, that Lamborghini, Ferrari, and you see somebody with it and you experience envy, jealousy, it's natural. You get what I'm saying? You're a human being. Give yourself that compassion and know that you're worthy of achieving it. Now, the next thing is, okay, what you got to ask yourself, what do you need to do? What do you need to sacrifice in order to achieve the goal that you want? And even if it's recognition, what do you need to do to achieve that recognition? And do you have the patience to put in the work and to see it actualize, to see it become a reality? All right? Family, thank y'all for tapping in with the video. Make sure y'all stay tuned for more videos. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. Peace out.